The man's got he's got some special qualities.
When you talk about Brad Osmond, you talk about Babe Ruth, you talk about Barry Bonds.
I watch him take batting practice. I mean, balls are flying all over the place. I mean, they're definitely landing in the outfield and going really far.
He's definitely at the top of the list.
This is Brad Ausmus, Beyond the Glory.
Absolutely
In 1987, Brad Ausmus had to escape an extremely rough childhood in New Haven, Connecticut.
It's amazing what he was able to overcome to become a Major League Baseball player.
After breaking nearly every hitting record on his high school team, the Yankees looked to draft Brad, giving him a way out of Connecticut. Fears arose that Brad was not educated enough to play in the MLB. He was forced to attend the only place that would accept him, Dartmouth College.
It must not have been that hard to get into, because obviously he did.
One of the light-hearted schools that just kind of let the thugs in.
In 1997, Brad came to the Houston Astros, where he began to flourish in the majors. He quickly became one of Houston's best all-time hitters. When Brad seemed to be at an all-time high, things took a sudden turn. His addiction to surfing became more and more evident.
So he's definitely a junkie.
It's disgusting.
You know, he'd come in and, he'd smell like seaweed and he's real tan, and that kind of thing. And you just knew that. I mean, I can tell. I know the guy.
So for me, it's difficult to talk about. I lost a real dear friend to surfing many years ago.
Those of us that are close to him have encouraged him to, seek treatment. But, the guy's got to want to do it. You can't force him into something that he won't do.
I think it really came to a head when he was on the cover of the Chronicle with a surfboard in front of him, exposing things that shouldn't have been exposed for the sake of surfing.
I thought I lost a friend.
In 2004, management was forced to step in. The intervention spawned a jolt in Ausmus as he led his team through the playoffs in 2005. As the world watched, Ausmus shined bright with the biggest home run of his career.
Atlanta up 1 in the bottom of the ninth. She's swinging a high fly ball left center field. Andrew Jones giving chase on the track. Leaps up, can't get it. And that ball is going to be called a home run. It's on the wall. It is gone. Through the home run, and the game is tied.
He turned that magical switch on and said, we're going to keep playing. I don't feel like going to Atlanta. I'm going to hit a game-tying home run right here.
It impacted American civilization.
They talk about the shot heard around the world, but if that wasn't the one, the actual shot heard around the world, I'm not sure which one was.
After the success of the 2005 season, Brad Mania was everywhere.
Brad Smith!
With Hollywood knocking on his door, Ausmus embraced his stardom. With all his fame, something was still missing. Namely, one letter.
He's been obsessed about being a Killer Bee ever since I've been here. 2 years ago, he invited us out for a Halloween costume party. And he come to the door and he was dressed up like Killer Bee. And I knew then that it went way too far.
Kind of looked like Craig in one of his familiar Sunshine Kid pictures. That was obviously, I don't know if it was a jab at Craig or more of his, I just want to be like Craig. And then he started growing this goatee like I had, like it was ever going to be that good. He was just trying so hard to be a Killer Bee, but it really become embarrassing.
Despite failed attempts to change his name to Ausmus, Brad went on to have another decent performance behind the plate in 2006, capturing his third Gold Glove.
A lot of people have won Gold Gloves because of the way they hit, and obviously that's the reason Brad has won his Gold Gloves.
I mean, seriously, when I found out that Brad won 3, I gave mine away.
The hitting is one thing, but as a catcher, you've got to do that. You've got to catch, you've got to throw guys out, you've got to block balls in the dirt.
I remember so many times have to cover, home plate after he misses a, fastball down the middle. It's like he's catching it with an iron in his glove or something, like a goat head.
When we return, Ausmus opens a new chapter in his life, using his famous face to draw attention to the environment and staying out of the water.
No, really, Brad, in all seriousness, you've had a tremendous career. You've been a big part of the Houston Astros' resurgence as a great organization.
Okay, Brad, I guess I got to be really nice to you. But obviously, getting the opportunity to play with you for 12, 13 years was honestly, it was an honor.
It's been a pleasure to be your teammate, to be your locker mate. I can't say too many more great things about you, otherwise it would go against my character.
I'm going to miss you, and I appreciate you bunting those guys over for me in the 8-hole.
We talk constantly about being a champion, and you truly are a champion, and you've helped
build championship teams for the Astros. Thank you.
Hope you have a great rest of your career if you decide to continue somewhere else, but a better retirement. Love you, buddy.
In my time, I've wandered everywhere around this world.
I want to thank the Houston Astros and their wonderful fans for all the support over the 10 years I played here. From the 1997 playoffs through the 2005 World Series to the final games of 2008, the Astros fans have always been very kind to both me and my family. I can't thank you enough for that. I have made many friends while in Houston, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to play here. To Drayton and Elizabeth and everyone else in the front office, there are too many to name, thank you for making my time here special. I will forever consider myself an Astro.